Historically, it's taken them several days to travel by horse or by vehicle to get to these fishing places. We can have them there in 30 minutes in a helicopter. Yeah, just getting people familiar with how helicopters operate. You know, when you're the first, there's always a challenge. Hi, my name is David Edwards and I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Alpha Aurora Aviation here in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. We started this business 2 years ago and first commercial charter business in Mongolia. My background is a helicopter pilot for nearly 30 years, working internationally, various different continents around the world, both offshore and onshore. And part of my role in previous jobs, I was the Director of Flight Operations, Chief Pilot, so that gave me the knowledge and the background to know how to start a helicopter charter business and more importantly, pick the right team to develop this business. The business came about through my friendship with the owner of the business and his passion for helicopter aviation, but on a private scale. And I said, well, since you're interested in developing and increasing the fleet of helicopters, we should really start your own helicopter business. And he said, well, will you come and help me do it? So that's why I'm here to do that with him. Our primary clients are the corporate VIP, high net worth individuals, luxury travel, people who are using a helicopter simply because they need to travel somewhere quicker within the country. These individuals don't want to spend 12 hours driving by car when they can spend 2 hours traveling by helicopter to these remote areas. And the reason why we chose the Airbus platforms, the H145D3 and the H125 and the B3, simply because we feel they're the most durable aircraft for this environment. The majority of Mongolia is very rural, limited infrastructure, which of course why we have helicopters. So we need something which is a good platform, a tried and tested platform for this environment. Local places that we can travel to, there are various sites relatively close to Ulaanbaatar within about a 30-minute flight. The Genghis Khan statue, which is about 15 minutes to the east of here, as well as the national park, which are a lot of ger camps. When I say ger, it's what you know as a yurt. It's a traditional Mongolian tent, as well as some resorts. Then to the north, we have some beautiful lakes and mountains and rivers, which are untouched, really. Some of the most wonderful fishing environments, which people will travel internationally to get there. Then out to the west and to the northwest, out to the Altai Mountains, the Hufskol Lake, the Kargas Lake, and of course then we have the Gobi Desert. The Gobi Desert is 25% of the landmass, and that the flaming cliffs and various other places in the southern and western part of the Gobi Desert. It's truly spectacular scenery. It's an achingly beautiful country.
Hi, my name is Gunbolt. I'm working at Alpha Aurora Aviation. I am the certified engineer for the Airbus H145, also H125. I am just a maintenance engineer. Welcome to Mongolia.
My name is Shane Beaton and I've been working in Mongolia for around about 4 years. I'm the Director of Maintenance at Alpha Aurora, responsible to make sure that the aircraft are maintained and kept to an EASA standard of maintenance, as well as to do training, to bring a EASA mindset of training into the students that I have so that they can do their maintenance in accordance with a higher standard than what has previously been known to have been in Mongolia. My experience mostly with instruction training, both hoist operations as well as maintenance training. I've been involved with a lot of flying operations, various types from firefighting right through to long line sling work and rescue hoist work.
Hello, I am I work in Alpha Aurora Aviation. I work for 2 years and I mechanic engineer.
Oh, hello, my name is Devirat. I work at Alpha Aurora Aviation, Airbus H125 certifying staff.
Yeah, we are enjoying working at Alpha Aurora, also working on the helicopters. It's very nice.
Yeah, me too.
So educating the younger guys is a lot of fun. They have very big inquiring minds. Their brains are big sponges wanting to learn as much as they can, specifically from somebody that's not Mongolian. It's been a good experience with them.
Working on the helicopters more than 10 years, it's my job.
I work in 2 years.
I want to be a really expert engineer, and I wish to be the pilot.
Yeah, being in part of the Alpha Aurora family is a really great opportunity, and it's nice to be able to start something from scratch and to build it up into something that is going to be world-renowned. And I believe we've got a very good ethos and a mindset in the company to create a really great operation. We've got new aircraft across the board, We have guys that are really willing to learn and to make the best of what we have. The maintenance guys that I operate with are very professional and they really put in their all. We work from early mornings and some nights right up until 11, 12 o'clock at night, keeping the aircraft ready, serviceable for the next day's flying. Because we're a VIP operation, mostly we find out about flights quite quickly, so we have a shift base so that we've always got somebody on standby ready to go, keeping the aircraft serviceable, clean and flying. And the guys are very adept to change, which is good. And they've managed to be very professional and very concise in everything we need to do as an operation.
We're going to another Black Lake. It's a lake a little bit further north to Black Lake, which is about 25 minutes from here. So beautiful place, by the way. So we're going there like two machines, one H125 and one H145. We are picking like 5 passengers with some stuff, and that's it. We're coming back. That's us. We're gonna be gone for maybe an hour and 15. So it's gonna be an easy flight. We like those ones. So my name is Stéphane Bard. I'm from Canada, Quebec. In fact, I'm French, and I'm a pilot here. So I'm an instructor also. So when I came here in 2021, that was because they were opening a school. So I was the instructor there, and they closed the school since then. And I'm flying here since 2023 now. So it's my third year as a pilot, but also as an instructor in the company. So I'm training all the pilots in the company with Chad, the new pilot from South Africa.
Hi, my name's Sam. We're working here for Alpha Aurora in Mongolia as a pilot.
I'm Chad, also working here as a pilot for Alpha Aurora in Mongolia. I've always wanted to come here. I met Dave on a veranda at a flight school a couple of years ago, and I pestered him once a year for a job, and he pulled through, and yeah, it was a no-brainer to come out here and work here and get to see it from the sky, because it's pretty hard to see it from the land. I think it's extremely vast, very bad roads and stuff, so no way better than a helicopter, that's for sure.
Yeah, I went to flight school in Utah and then I've kind of moved around since then. It's kind of a neat career to be able to see the world. So Chad and I actually met in Hawaii, and then since then we went to Alaska and Grenada, and then now we're here in Mongolia doing some contract work for the next 2 years. So like Chad was saying, it's a pretty incredible country to be able to see from the air.
So we're very happy to be here because it's always new. Every day is a new landing, whether it's a glacial lake or a stream like this or a sacred mountain. It's always varied flying, which is very, very fun and rewarding and challenging.
You're not at an airport, you're not at a helipad, it's just off airport landing. So it's just incredible to be able to see the country that way and really access it with, a helicopter. There's no better way to do it.
This is the rice. We are giving food for the goat, for the mountains, for the river. And also I'm giving them milk. It's our tradition. When you're going outside, always give some.
Basically, the rivers are untouched. I mean, their proximity to Russia, A, and B, the lack of roads makes the rivers pretty much uncharted. So unbelievably pristine fishing. You'll never see people, you'll never see rubbish. Just very authentic, remote, beautiful nature fishing. Nowhere near the beaten path or the crowds.
Yeah, and to kind of touch on that a little bit more, our guests have the option, we'll brought people, we take them to a remote spot next to a river that no one's been to before, and they stay for 2-3 nights, then we fetch them a couple days later. So there's the option for variation within the trips as well, and the group sizes, depending on how many aircraft we use to take them out there.
So part of our development of our business is we want to expand on the charter business that we have, which we offer as bespoke charters to various parts of the country. We can help identify the right kind of location for the client to stay at. If they want to stay at 5-star high-end luxury resort, or if they want to be in something more basic to get the real Mongolian feel. If they want to combine it with horses, horse archery, or hunting with the eagles and the falcons. If they want to be in the mountains, or want to be in the desert. So we can cater for them to create any kind of bespoke travel that they want. But then also partnering with another company to offer airport transfers into the city and also directly to other locations around Mongolia. So we've had clients who arrive in their private jets. We can collect them directly from the international airport and take them directly to their location. So the point being is that we're a young company, we're a new company, but we are very adaptable and we can provide literally any service that they require, provided they give us the time to put it all together.
Flying with the helicopter to the fishing, just from the city, the capital of Walthati, close to the Russia border.
Yeah, I think some of my favorite moments, I mean, the aircraft we're flying here in Mongolia are incredible machines. They're probably the newest machines we'll ever fly. Brand new, incredible B3s and D3s as well. So just the aircraft we're flying, and especially in this terrain, it definitely adds to the job.
We found the Airbus products to be perfect for this environment. I mean, we did a lot of research. The B3 is great for us because it can be a great tourist aircraft. It's got fantastic visibility for all the passengers. The power to weight ratio is great for the aircraft, so we can use it for both utility work, which we will develop into at some point in the future, as well as the tourism and corporate VIP. It's a great workhorse helicopter, it really is. Then the D3 also is a great passenger carrying aircraft, but also a great cargo carrying aircraft as well. The fact that we can strip everything out of the back of it and fill it with cargo if we need to, when we're going out on some of these camping trips or fishing trips, or even if we have to do a private medical evacuation, which we have done, we'll slide a stretcher into the back of it. And so they're both very versatile and tried and tested aircraft. As well as the development of our charter business and the air taxi business, we're also developing our maintenance side to become part of the Airbus Service Centre network. So we hope by the beginning of 2026 we will be an official Airbus Service Centre servicing all of Mongolia and all of the Airbus aircraft in Mongolia. So we're very proud of that. The owner is a big Star Trek fan. And before we actually started the commercial side of the business, the idea was just to be a private operator. So it was very much picking paint schemes which were based on personal taste rather than a corporate identity. So this one was ordered back in 2021 and delivered at the beginning of 2023, pretty much at the same time we were talking about starting Aurora. But it is very quirky. I went to the Airbus factory a few months ago and there was a model of this helicopter in the reception at the Airbus factory in Donnerworth. They said, "This is the rock star of the factory." So this seems to be the most popular paint scheme they've had, and it generates a lot of interest. Well, make the most of it now, because in the next few months we will be painting it in the Alfaora colour scheme. Sorry about that.
From a destination perspective, Mongolia is unrivaled in its uniqueness and its authenticity. It hasn't been swamped by the tourists like every other place. People you meet here is often the first time that they've dealt with a tourist, so it's very genuine interactions and just a very nice cultural experience.
It's been very eye-opening. It's like Chad was mentioning, the culture and the people are incredibly friendly. I think Mongolia is becoming more and more known from a tourist standpoint, but up until this point, it hasn't always been on the top of people's lists. But I think one of the reasons it is making its way to the top now is just the fact that it is so untouched and there's so much to explore that has never been seen before. You know, the helicopter is the best way to do that.
Working and living in Mongolia, they've got some very interesting cultures. It's a beautiful country with a lot of really beautiful scenic views and places to visit and see. The winters are brutal and cold, but the rest of the year is pretty good and we have a lot of fun here. Yeah. So the temperature can range anywhere from -5 inside the hangar up to about 10-15 degrees during the day. The outside temperature is anywhere from -36 to -40 on a bad day. During the summers we can go as high as 30-32 degrees, which can be very challenging because it's very dry here.
Operating in Mongolia has certain challenges because we are the first commercial operation. So the regulator has limited experience of working with rotary wing general aviation. So we've had to work closely with them to help them understand how helicopters really work. I don't mean how they physically work, but the comparison between that and a Part 121 commercial airplane operation. So just simply getting our AOC and our Part 145 and allowing us to operate outside of normal airport facilities, which was different to what they're normally used to. But they've worked with us, been helpful with us. When you're the first, there's always a challenge.
So I am the first female commercial pilot here in Mongolia. I've been here for a month and a half flying so far, and I haven't been treated any differently. The respect has been the same from all passengers, you know, especially when you have other female passengers being able to discuss, you can do this as well. It is an option for anyone and everyone.
So if we're flying and we need to take cargo, we remove the seats and then we have a nice big bin for cargo. And then when we need to pick up more packs than what we need cargo for, then we just add seats as per required. So we can put another 3 in the back row there, for a total of 8 packs in the back. Provided the weight is within the limits, you can fill it to the roof. So if it's small stuff that's not very heavy, we can put a lot of stuff in here. However, obviously we're limited by our weight and balance. So provided that you've got everything within the limitations of the weight and the floor loading, you can load it as needed, yeah.
So part of my plan with developing Alpha Aurora Aviation is that I wanted to be 100% Mongolian staff. So at the moment in Mongolia we have very limited number of people who have the right skill set that we require, so we had to bring in expatriate expertise. But what we do have are Mongolians with a great deal of passion, a real thirst and appetite for knowledge and learning, and we're trying to squeeze 30 years worth of knowledge into a 5-year training plan, and they really are adapting very well. So we have a great combination of young, passionate, enthusiastic individuals mixed with the kind of older, more kind of seasoned individuals like ourselves, and it's really working well. And like I say, I hope within the next 3 or 4 years we can, move some of the expats out, replacing them with the more experienced Mongolian guides, and that's my long-term plan.
We love everyone we work with. The mechanics are unbelievably fastidious. They never miss a thing, and flying new machines in beautiful nature, it's like there's not really much more you can ask for. So it's been awesome.